most worn is often
Not to brag, but I down that carousel with just one blow.
the blade most worn is often the sharpest.
Wanderlust barbecue, please.
Not to brag, but I down that carousel with just one blow.
A faint power, but still one that commands attention. Muggy day. Sky's gloomy, air's all wet. Oh, man! At least let me finish my sentence. Ugh. Ugh. Cold, cold, cold. Oh. All right. I'm famished. We barely had a bite sprinting all the way here from Raguna. Whoa! Pinch me! This is a feast and a half! Hey, Rover. So, we did bring enough money, right? I mean, we kind of rushed out without grabbing anything.
Oh, that. Don't worry, money's not an issue. Augusta made sure we're covered. All our food and lodging here in Septimon is built straight to the F4's palace. But I think the owner might have overdone it a little.
Ha! Better get used to it. You're the champ of the Great Aegon. And you know me. If food's on offer, I'll be a scoffer. Yeah, no leftovers, guaranteed. Free stay? Free meal? Reserve really knows how to treat guests. Maybe we should, hang around a bit longer. This smells amazing!
Abby, what do you think Imperator wants me to find? If Cardathia's right, the last clues should be somewhere on the Sanguis Plateaus. We're so close to the finish line. Just one step away. But our pace has slowed.
Relax. We're already back in Septimont. What's the rush? I remember Lupa said there's this weird blight cloud hanging over the Sanguis Plateaus. And when the high tide, or whatever, rolls around, all the gladiators go there to hunt tacit discords. Wait, is the high tide coming up soon? The Affer's invite did say something about a big hunt. Huh, that reminds me. Aren't we supposed to meet her today?
A messenger came this morning. Augusta is dealing with an emergency, so our meeting's postponed. Looks like it'll be a while. An unexpected change. It's throwing everything off course. I don't like the feel of it. And why me for this hunt? If it's about the great Aegon, the messenger said none of the other gladiators were invited.
Who knows? Maybe she just wants to test her strength against you. Typical Septimontian, right?
You think so? I've only met her a few times, but I doubt she acts on such simple impulses. And as the Ephor, can she really thoughtlessly do whatever she wants?
Guessed from afar, you possess eyes as clear as crystal. But what troubles you so that eyes once bright as the highland sky now darken with rolling clouds? A warrior who walks the blade's edge does not falter over trifles. The clouds, if I may guess, are cast from the throne. At the peak of Capitolini Hill, beneath the pale walls of the Ephes Palace, secrets lie buried. And the most intricate among them are those born from the pursuit of power. Even one as honorable as the Epher must learn when to be ruthless. In Septimont, a city forged in iron and blood, anyone who seeks the throne without knowing the cost is no better than a lamb marching to the butcher's knife. I am Nestor, a traveling poet. The rains in Septimont never seem eager to leave this season. So then, if you are curious about the Ephor, then allow me to say that nothing would honor me more than to offer even a modest service to the champion of the great Aegon.
Wait, how do you know she's the champion? And all that stuff about the F4, too. Huh? Your eyes. Were we talking too loud?
To see and to hear are but two of the many ways to perceive. Trusting the senses is a habit, a natural expedience, but not the only option. Truth be told, I've been gathering inspiration for my next epic, and its protagonist is none other than Augusta, the Ephor of Septimont. That's why I speak of her with some familiarity. I have a feeling your tale with her will soon be written. And knowing more about those who walk alongside you is rarely without its benefits. Augusta, a girl of humble birth, a resonator of modest talent, a commoner without noble patronage. And yet, from the den of wolves that is Septimont City, she rose and eventually claimed her place. Just like the burning sun was once a cloud of dust.
ओके, इसमें वॉइस ओवर करना पड़ेगा. It be wary. Fate is fickle and a mishap can lead to swift and weigh your choices carefully. Past decision may not have already been the best. Understand. Well then, let the story begin. Set aside your complex thoughts and let me sing the epic of a young girl, Augusta. I am Augusta. I am Augusta. A gentle warm light begins to blur your vision and you slowly close your eyes and it clears a small frightened girl clutching a sword stand amidst their wings. Group of solemn Septimontian gladiators stand guard around her. Hey kid, are you alone? Don't be afraid. We know what the dark tide did to your home and we are here to help. You must be hungry. Yet, this should be enough to keep you from starving for now. Take the food offered by the gladiator. Take. We can take you to Septimont City. It's not safe here. We don't know when the next disaster will strike. Staring at these ruins won't change anything. Even if you rebuild those walls 1,000 times, they will never hold against the dark tide. You don't have the strength to stop it. Bring your sword and come with us. Okay. The gladiator shakes their hands and pat your shoulders. Follow them. At the end, we choose to leave the village. The gladiators words reveal a bitter truth. You lack the strength to protect the home you are leaving behind. In your travels, you engage with gladiators. Following the gladiators, you arrive in the city of Septimon by ship. You wave them goodbye after arriving at the central square. Meanwhile, you notice the square is crowded with citizens. The poster for the gladiators again is pinned into a wooden board. The air is filled with heated chatter about the upcoming match. Draw closer to crowd. You must know, Septimon River strand here only the victor reigns. That is a law older than the city itself. You notice the design in the eyes of Septimon. You notice the potion-filled eyes of Septimon. And Septimons. Eat or be eaten. Such is the way of the city. To survive, you have to find your bite and seize the crown with your own teeth. You can't stop thinking about the conversation. You realize the gladiators are the very symbol of the strength in Septimon. If there's a way to dominate the arena, maybe you find the strength you're looking for. Tear down the potion, walk away from the crowd, quietly leave the crowd. As you leave, you notice the three words stand out in the incense chatter: identity, status, and talent. They seem to be as an essential part of gladiating. I always those commoners who view the wagon as a mere boarding display of butchery. But we are hardly entertained by the sight of the red shrinking in the door. What we crave is true magnificence, a warrior who can make rose from roses, bloom from blood. Arrogant sentiment. Wanna have a little bet on how many mangy rats are gonna try for the egg this year? Them and their strange beasts thinking that their pleasures, slightly concerned about their status and talent, ignore their works. You are determined to step into the arena. The rules demands a mentor at your back, someone to keep death from claiming you on the first day and perhaps even teach you to see the fight through to the end. Come on. You are determined to step into the arena. The rules demand the mentor at your back. Mentor. Then, after hitting several dead ends, you eventually come across Sato. Sato is a retired gladiator star but takes on few proteges. Okay. So, you want to join the Eden, you say? Why don't you start by telling me a little bit about yourself? You recall the discussion about gladiators' identity, status, and talents. People in the city of Septimon seem to value this more than anything. You choose to speak honestly. The dark tide took you home and you came to Septimon seeking strength, is that so? Because some metal, but that's not gonna cut it here. Go home. People like you always show up with nothing but fancy dreams, only to see them crushed and then trampled. I've seen enough of idiots like you. Try to argue. What now? Still here are you? You think your stubbornness will change your mind? change my mind. Pathetic. Alright then, let's have a duel. Land one strike and you win. If you manage that, I'll teach you how to be true gladiator. Alright then, let's have a duel. Land one strike and if you... And with this duel here is your entrance trial, except here without hesitation. Without hesitation. Without hesitation. Blades meet in a sharp place. Subtle move with practice is you are quickly defeated. Continue. Strengthless. Do you realize how weak you are? Which is why I want to become a gladiator. Which is why I want to become a gladiator. Do you really know who you are fighting against? Can you really best me? You can. Now, how do you plan to end this? Give up. Challenge him again next day. Back for round 2, are we? Country rats like you sure are as pestering as the sea folks say you are, huh? Defend, attack. Just like last time, you aren't much of a challenge to Sato. You are sweetly beaten once again. Go back, this is not your path. Continue challenge on the 3rd day. Too slow, too weak. You foolish swings only bring smile to your enemies. And I'll be stronger. Is that your best? How naive. Well, I guess a rat that lives in the dark is never meant for the sun. Checkmate. You're lost. Challenge him on the 4th day. Still not ready to give up? Why don't you sell your sword? It will get you some food at least. Continue the challenge on the 5th day. गेम साउंड ज़्यादा है, रुक सा इतना ही रहेगा अब तो, थोड़ा सा रुको। बाप रे, मेरी छाती में दुख रहा है, कहीं हार्ट अटैक तो नहीं आने वाला। एक्चुअली रेन का वॉइस है। Use the Nagisa to again dragging your exhausted body nearly at your limit. I'm about to collapse. I can still fight. The being swept up by the blade whispers past and you're suddenly home. Soft sunlight cascades on the great oak leaves and you hear your friends laughing, your parents' gentle calls. Continue. But in the very next breath, a bone deep chill engulfs you. The touch, you know it all too well. Thoughts race across your mind and your hand instinctively grip the sword hilt. I won't surrender. I won't surrender. You seize the opening and land a hit on Sato. Continue. Sato hands you his sword and turns to leave. Hands you to call out to Sato. Catch Sato's sword, it's rather heavy. Sato hands you his sword and turns to leave. Ah. In Septimon's arena, the victor claims the weapon of the defeated, a symbol of conquest. This sword is yours now. Wow. Victor. If you are determined to beat off that crown, do not fall before you get there. Augusta, what's your name? That's your name, isn't it? Yes, I'm Augusta. The moment you step into the arena, you will lose this name. The spectators may brand you with a number, a symbol, or even the name of some wild beast. I have no other choice. I'm prepared. And only the last one standing has the right to reclaim their true name. Last one standing has the right to reclaim the true name. Continue. By then, all will be chanting your name, Augusta. You will have to conquer their hearts and win their applause even without identity, status, and talents. Tell me, will I see that day? I will make the crown cheer. I will make them know my true name. I will make them know my true name. Training starts tomorrow, 6 sharp, right here. Continue.
Fail enough times, and you might eventually succeed. Should we call it resilience? Or mere stubbornness? Or perhaps, for a girl who has lost everything, there was never a second option. She had no one to trust but herself, and naught but a blade to hold. And yet, as the first stanza of an epic, this is nothing extraordinary. Since the lament, across the scorched lands of Solaris, I've heard this story repeat itself, again and again. Greatness. Yes, our era has certainly seen it. But true greatness is never found on the first page of a story. Courage, glory, and honor. Such immortal virtues have been etched in tablet and stone, but they are never forged overnight. Light as a thread, elusive as the wind, they weave themselves into every twist of fate, tangling with every insignificant choice we make.
I don't know. It's just unbelievable. The Augusta he's talking about, and the F-word we saw in the arena. No way they're the same person.
A girl far from home, arriving in the city upon Capitolini Hill in pursuit of strength. No title, no status, no wealth. I doubt anyone at the time.
I don't know. It's just unbelievable. The Augusta he's talking about, and the F-word we saw in the arena. No way they're the same person.
I doubt anyone at the time could have imagined her rising to where she is now.
I don't know. It's just unbelievable. The Augusta he's talking about, and the F-word...
Could have imagined her rising to where she is now. Do you mean Kato? Do you believe Kato handed her that final victory on purpose, and that his scathing words were a test of her resolve? Then Kato must have been an idealist to place his faith in a girl with nothing to her name. Now, why don't we keep this question in mind and see where the story leads us?
Dawn breaks with a pale glow. A month has already passed under Carter's training, and today the grind continues. A little rest, little rest. You arrive at the training site, repeating the same moves over and over again has begun to wear on your patience. You notice stone gladiator training. Some gladiators training you've never seen before. You decide to stay focused and keep to your own training. You reflect on your training. It was always you alone, facing the wooden post, pitching yourself up over and over. Endure and push enough. Push through. Days slip by and the gladiator's wagon draws near. Today, Tato will give you the final lesson. Continue. I've done all I can prepare. I can prepare you now. You're on your own. Is it graduation training? The training ends today. Here, my final task for you. Tell me, why do you want to become a gladiator? What pulls you through all this training? You are unsure of what to say. You already know the answer. Your idol has never faltered since you left home. To be strong enough to protect others, you meet Kato's gaze, and he reads the answer in your eyes. Offer Kato your thank you. I remember my true ambition. In the meantime, a flicker of desire crosses your eyes. You recall Kato's words from when this all started. Continue. By then, all will be chanting your name, Augusta. You'll have to conquer their hearts and win their applause even without identity, status, and talents. Tell me, will I see that day? I very much look forward to it. I'll make it happen. You are aware that sponsors for the gladiators wagon are mostly nobles and wealthy merchants, figures beyond your reach, except perhaps in the underground arena. Continue. These are all top of the line merchandise I got here. Care to have a look? Continue. Like products on display, you and a few other gladiators stand in the middle of the underground arena, scrutinized by noble and wealthy merchants in the stands. One by one, those beside you are chosen and escorted away. Take a step forward. The audience casts their eyes in your direction. However, all you receive is constant laughter in return. Glimpse of the noble's lavish lifestyle flicker through. Vision of your home serene flashes within your mind. अरे, this love, so they really did have a hand in the disaster. The rot in the high place also played a part in your home's ruin. The dark tide alone did not destroy your home. The rot in the high place also played a part in your home's. When the dark tide struck, those with power and wealth continued a life of indulgence and luxury. The might of the gladiators existed only to serve their desire. Bah. Silent you swear to shatter these rules. A fire of anger ignites in your chest. Well, well, a village girl with such unremarkable force dreaming of power and strength. I can't remember the last time Septimont had a joke this amusing. Show them your sword. Try and you'll see. What can you offer? Pranking around like a circus clown and scrambling you for your life so we can all have a good laugh? Or do you think playing innocent will win you favor? Don't underestimate me. Don't underestimate me. Anyone interested in this one? After all, watching the weak struggle is always a fine source of entertainment. You bear a small anticipation that someone will pick you. Entertainment, you say? In Septimon, strength defines worth. We shouldn't be so quick to judge a gladiator who offers himself. Continue. You turn your view towards the voice. With heavy steps, a well-dressed old-school noble walks down from the stand towards you. Continue. The smell of rotten stench. It's unlike the smell of rats as the Septimontians had put it, but a foul odor of power and wealth. Silently clench your fist. You frown at the old school noble. I engage only in profitable ventures. To stand in the arena, you must prove your worth. I have 3 trials for you. Survive them and we may speak further. Brave young lady. Continue. मैं बहुत बढ़िया हूँ. मेरा माइक ओपन ही होता है. तुम लोग ही नहीं देखने आते. मेरा माइक ओपन ही रहता है. और इनकेस अगर कोई देखने नहीं आता तो मैं खुद से तो बात नहीं करूँगी. अभी लाइक ये पूरा का पूरा जो वेंचर है उसका वॉइस ओवर करना पड़ेगा. बिकॉज इसमें कोई डायलॉग आते नहीं है. पूरा का पूरा 1 घंटे तक यही चलेगा. You accept the noble's trial. Through trial is to find a word for something intended only to break you. Head to trial grounds. Outside the walls of Septimon City lies a wasteland plagued by the dark tide, your homeland. Returning home, you can't help but feel sentimental. It's now different from the home you remember. They say a ferocious lion beast corrupted by the dark tide prowls deep within the cave. No common blade can cut through its skin. Continue. Your first trial is to slay the beast. The noble, however, decided to strip you full equipment but a dull sword. A dull sword is more than enough. Dull sword is more than enough. The mountain trail winds like a serpent. Among the shade trees, stumps, dozens of the bleached skeletons lie scattered. You suspect you're getting close as you continue forward against the unpleasant smell. Continue. When the first ray of sunlight split the clouds, the cave reveals itself. breathing death before you get a clear picture of the cave. A crushing force presses down upon you. Try to break free. Shh, get down. You trying to get yourself killed? Hold your breath or you alert it. Struggle. You turn around and see a hunter. Just then a massive beast roared and walked past where you are hiding. Secretly stare at it. After the lion beast has left, you apologize to the hunter. It was thanks to him the beast did not notice you. Continue. Going by those clothes, you are a Going by those clothes, you are a Septimum gladiator. I used to be just like you. Lost a big match, got tossed out by the longboards, and ended up like this. We are nothing but their playthings. Continue. The skill honed for the battle are now merely tools for survival. Septimon has abandoned the strength it desperately needs. You pity such a reality. Ask the hunter what you should do. Ask the hunter about the lion beast. Only a bad man would go after that lion. I know what I'm doing. I have my reasons. His words are rough, but he eventually tells you everything he knows. Continue. You bid the hunter farewell and make preparation for the hunt. To gain more knowledge of your prey, you choose to silently observe the lion beast in the following days. You bid the hunter farewell and make preparation for the hunt. To gain more knowledge of your prey, you choose to silently observe the lion beast in the following days. Continue. After a few days, you will manage to grasp an oral behavior pattern of the lion beast. Thus, you march towards the deep cave. Enter the cave. Deep within the cave's dark embrace, you tread softly, then a sudden dread freezes your step. Between the flickers of torch flames, a monstrous shape appears, a lion beast. Fire from the nether dances amid its golden mane, while claws like scythes tear wound in the earth. Maintain distance and swing your sword. Draw your sword and strike the lion beast. Oh, as you expected, your sword fails you. It's ineffective against the lion. Before you can take a breath, the lion's thunderous roar storms you again. You decide to dodge its attack and search for a weak point. Dodge attack. No good, can't find an opening. It's moving faster and yaking further. Can't keep this up. Continue. If strength alone isn't enough, perhaps I can borrow some help. Perhaps I can borrow some help. Continue. Just before the lion beast pounces at you, you slash with all your strength at the Just before the lion beast pounces at you, you slash with all your strength at the lands above. Crashes down into the lion's gaping jaws. it still has the fight. You land on its neck. It launches to seize you, but you swiftly dodges, force its claws into a deadly knot around its throat. Seeing your chance, you give a final pull, and the beast strangles itself in a frantic struggle. I finally. The trial has ended, and you drag your exhausted body towards the stream. Clear water cascades down into the mountain valley, and the dense forest slumbers quietly in nature's cradle. Continue. You rinse your blood-stained hands in the water. The clear stream slowly turns red, and birds scatter and the fish vanish. You sense the forest unease at your presence. Are they afraid of my power? You, the creature's panic plunges you in. The creature's panic plunges you in reflection. For the first time, you realize that power can instill fear. You are still somewhat shaken. You desire more power. With no time to rest, you approach the nobleman again. He imposes the second trial upon you. I know full well the next one won't be easy. Killing a mad beast is hardly an achievement. I'm sure you're aware, girl, that all the warriors of Septimond have 2 lives. Kato seemed to mention this before. 2 lives. One by the parents and the other by the sword. You may consider the sword in a gladiator's hand as the life in the arena. You may consider sword in a their life arena. Continue. For your second trial, bring me the 100 lives. Yes, prove to me you are worthy of standing in the arena. Turn with disgust as you wave to calmly accept. To get the admission pass for the Aegon, you start the second trial. Day after day, you fight the gladiators of Septimons. As your reputation grows, so do the spectators. They don't care who you are, but only want to see when you will fall. Continue. Look, it's that girl again. Didn't think she would get as many wins as she did. Just look at the size of her. How will she even carry the swords? Ignore their comments. Focus on the opponent before you. You have grown used to this kind of noise. The defending cheer numb your fatigue. Your sword now rests against your opponent's throat. Suppress your desire to kill. Spare the opponent and wait for the next challenger. One by one, the gladiators you challenged grow in numbers. Those you defeated kneel before you, offering their swords, symboling their honor with both hands. Raise the opponent's sword. Really plant the opponent's sword into the ground. Even in Septimon, there is no limit to opponents that prove the challenge to you. Eventually, you will need to seek out tougher challengers. You have targeted Victor, a frequent champion of the Egan from one to the noble houses. Continue. Do you have any idea who Victor's father is? His lordship is the largest sponsor of the Egan. Power, wealth, those aren't things brute strength can rival. Victor has the best mentor and the final weapon. So what? Tom. The house behind Victor comes to you with an offer, a perfect job, a substantial fortune if you walk away from the duel. Take the offer, rip the contract. बरोबर है. You reject the bribe without a second thought. Humiliated, the noble servant spits curses in your face. Say nothing, avoid any altercation. Respond calmly. You ignorant country peasant, do you know what it means to refuse a noble? Then you shall suffer from the arrogance. When in time comes, don't expect any pity as you won't be getting any. Even the signs beside the servant. Ignore the servant. The sign silences the rambling servant and tear up the contract. Continue. Let's go. There is no point of talking sense into an arrogant fool. Then again, I would appreciate it if you don't waste too much of your time in the arena. Continue. They throw a bag of credits as a way to humiliate you, following it up with sarcasm and mocking gestures. They attempt to overwhelm you with their pride. No. You feel nothing. The day arrives. Victor attempts your challenge with his honor of nobility as the stake. You remember well the haughty, the hearty look he wore but a few days prior. Continue. But the nobles wield only swords, not swords. Victor knows nothing about sportsmanship. You easily defeat the weak. Incompetent science and casually lift his pretty helmet with the tip of his sword. Stare at the watching nobles with contempt. Approach the noble seat. I have won. Your time, do you see? Your gladiator lies straight up before real strength. Toss the helmet back to Victor. Step on Victor's helmet. The crowd erupts in cheers and applause. The nobles, unable to deny your triumphs, lowered their heads. Continue. You return to your lodging to count your trophies. 99 swords, 99 opponents defeated. Now only one life is left to claim. Most gladiators have long feared your reputation and dare not challenge you except one. Continue. Edidal, the rising star of the underground arena. Unlike you, he has born with powerful forte. He is undoubtedly the king of the arena. A sword tempered by countless battles is no less sharp. Talents no longer matter to me. 1. Amidst the endless chanting of the name Eridal, you arrive as promised. As always, spectators crowd the arena. Even the old school noble is present this time. Your opponent's towering physics draws yours, and his crushing presence brings you mind the fearsome lion beast. Your opponent's towering physics draws yours, and his crushing presence brings to mind the fearless lion beast. Augusta बोनी थोड़ी ना है. Continue. After several exchanges, you notice something unusual. The floor is too slippery to gain a foothold, and Eridal's armor is unusually heavy. You are all too familiar with the noble's despicable tricks. Oh, anger brews within you. Keep calm. You then shift your pace, luring Eridel into the very trap meant for you. After a few more rounds, his step grew loose, his reaction sluggish. Now's the chance. Seize the opportunity. Your sword stops just before the neck of Septimon's strongest gladiator. The entire arena falls silent, and almost immediately the crowd erupts into applause. Continue. Stab, stab, stab. Is that so? What? Kill, kill, kill. Right here? Now? Eridel closes his eyes and accepts his fate. Victory is already mine. In front of everyone's watchful eyes, you only take Eridel's sword. You then bow towards audience before turning to leave. You feel sense of relief. Continue. Live, live, live. Eh? Look back at the crowd and wave. Leave the cheers behind you. The next day, you arrive before the old school noble with 100 lives. Eridel is merely made of Septimontian flesh. Above him stands a far greater force. I'm ready for the third trial. Your third trial is to earn the blessing of Arizona, Lioness of Glory. He never planned to let me pass the trial. This is impossible feat. I know I know Arsenosa. It has never tasted defeated. People say its peak no humans can ever reach. The last wall of Septimon. But I accept. It is this insurmountable challenge that stills the thirst of victory in your blood. You accept the third trial to confess the guardians of Septimont are Sinosa. Then on the eve of the trial, you return to the training grounds once again. While you wait for the carto, you find yourself standing before the familiar wooden post. It has been your most enduring companion in your pursuit of the true strength. Cut it down and leave the past behind. Well, not particularly an easy path, is it? Tell me, what did you learn from this path? Strength can instill fear, strength can be destructive. Strength brings conquest, such as humanity's oldest rule. Augusta, I'll be there for you for your last trial, and I will call your name for all to hear. I will not stop here. Thank you. Back in your room, you stare blankly at your stacked collections of swords. These trophies symbolize strength and conquest, but how will you show them to the world? Continue. You once heard the tale of the legendary gladiator, a warrior who would always fuse to opponent's sword with their own after victory. Now you decide to Tread the same path as stand before the smithy. Step outside the blacksmith's forge, gather the frying sparks from the blacksmith's forge. You wish to demonstrate your strength, yet now you will seek to do this with power not of your own. Watching the blacksmith's hammer rise and fall, you impractical idea, seemingly impractical idea emerges. Continue. Proof of honor. In the end, you use your forte to fuse all the swords into one. Wow. In the end, you use your forte to fuse all the swords into one. Feel the power. Your forte never stand out among resonators, but its seemingly insignificant power is enough to be stronger than the forge fire and hammer's wings. Your forte never stand out among. That day of the trial finally has arrived. You walk to the arena center with your newly forged sword. The bronze horn blaze The bronze horns brace from the top of 12 stone pillars. All eyes are on you. Everyone is eager to witness how human will rival the strength of Arsinosa. Survey your surroundings. Survey your surroundings. Suddenly, a rumbling roar cut through the noise of the crowd. The nobles' banners flutter and fall. Colossal shadows which swallows the sunlight around you. Arsinosa appears. Suddenly, a rumbling roar cut through the noise of the crowd. The nobles' banners flutter and fall. Colossal shadow swallows the sunlight around you. Arsinosa appears. Arsinosa, there's a slight ringing in your ears. Arsinosa's mountainous side catches your eyes. It's awake, a noble shrieking. Arsinosa stands silently opposite you. Slowly, its eyes open, coldly watching you. Rest your hand on the hilt, focus, and stay alert. With a sudden sweep of her tail, Lioness shattered a stone pillar. You roll aside, barely dodging the flying debris. A chill steps through the tear in the clothes of your left shoulder. A chill steps your tear in the clothes of the left shoulder. Take up defensive stance. Defense. The screams from the stands are soon drowned by the lioness roar. A wave of sound and dust rip past your ears. You can taste blood on your lips and tongue. Ignore the pain and tend to the wound later. Quickly patch yourself up. Her second attack comes without warning. You barely have time to react before your sword rises to meet your dissenting pose. The strike shall be all mine. Recall your encounters from previous battle. You manage to withstand Arsinosa's fierce attack, and at the moment it withdraws, seize the opportunity to thrust your blade into the ancient crack in its light forged leg. Golden blood fills the arena. You manage to withstand Arsinosa's fierce attack at the moment. You seize the opportunity to thrust your Look up at Arsinosa. Look up at Arsinosa. Arsinosa seizes her attack, her man brushing against your blood-stained face before she lowers her head. The arena shakes with applause. Your name. You hear the crowd chant your name in honor. Brushing against your blood-stained face before she lowers her head. The arena shakes with applause. Blood stand face before you hear the crowd chant your name in honor. I have passed the final trial. I have gained the lioness's blessing. The voices, they are. Listen to the waves of cheers. Listen to the waves of cheers. Blah, 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 blah. O wise and noble Arsinosa, the mighty guardians of Septimont, bestow upon her the crown of courage and strength. Walk up the steps before Arsinosa. When the cries of triumph resonate with the earth, we see the fire of humanity blaze across Septimont. Wave after wave of applause, the Septimontians salute me as I advance. Wave after wave of applause, the Septimontians advance. एक ही है दोनों. O sun and moon, witness this extraordinary feat. Witness our epic dedication to Septimont. Take another step forward. As the platform rises, you realize that by earning Arsinosa's blessing, you have been granted privileges. Wow. They are all blowing me. They are all bowing me. You are crowned by champion without the great Aegon. Nevertheless, you have already conquered countless gladiators with your strength. Under everyone's gaze, glory now bows at your feet. Silence the crowd, raise your sword. At least you stand atop the summit, the champion, only now with battle fire cold in the veins. You do your wounds raise the voices in protest. At least you stand atop the summit, the champion. विकी भाई पढ़ाई क्यों नहीं हो रही? माइक ओपन है, बढ़िया रहता है. अंग्रेजी स्ट्रीम है क्या? नहीं भाई, हेरी भाई आप हमारे ये इंस्टाग्राम पर भी दिखते हो. हिंदी स्ट्रीम है भाई, हिंदी स्ट्रीम है. एटलीस्ट यू स्टैंड आउट ऑफ द सेप्टन. मुझे अंग्रेजी बोलना नहीं आता, थोड़ा सा डिसलेक्सिक हूँ उसमें. बाकी समझ लेती हूँ, पढ़ लेती हूँ, बट पढ़ना वो क्या बोलते, बोलना नहीं आता ज़्यादा. Only now with battle fire cool in your veins, you do your wands raise their voices in protest. You have shattered the decaying order with strength, and through strength you shall reshape new rules. You shall will the gladiators valor on the righteous path. You shall allow no more fragile lives to tremble before death. You shall ensure what your homeland's tragedy will forever be undone. Yet should this new rule forged by might lose their foundation, will they not fall? A cold whisper of is coils in your chest. Well then, no time for pointless pointing now. From this day forward, your sword, your honor, your two lives shall serve Septimont. खत्म. पानी पिला दो, पानी.
Merely the rough shape of a short epic. This is all I can offer now as a listener. What do you make of my narration? Merely the rough shape of a short epic. This is all I can offer about the F4.
I enjoyed.
I appreciate your kind words, my generous listener. I am only a humble wordsmith, spinning verses and rhymes. The essence of poetry is granted by those who dare defy their fate. But there is one thing I must confess.
इतना लेती
Through
हूँ
my words, your knowledge of the Ephor is partial, at best. Poetry can only offer a glimpse of the true story, the reality of people, events, and things slips beyond the grasp of words. I do not belong in the pages of the epic, so I remain confined to the observer's gaze. I can imagine events and emotions unfold, but I cannot truly recreate them. Here's some advice for you, though I hesitate to call it such. If you want the truth of a story, step into it. Become part of it. The opportunity stands before you now. As I've said, the tale between you and Augusta, the hero of Septimont, is only now turning its next page. It's not difficult to see. Fate flows like the stars, tracing their course. Your destination is written in the steps you take. The rain is passing. I hear it ceasing its symphony upon the earth. It is time for farewells. Before I leave, may I ask you one last question? What is it that has lifted Augusta to the seat of power? What is it that makes a ruler?
Well, I'd say strength. Let's be real. There's no way Augusta could have passed those trials without strength. Rover, what do you think?
It was strength and conquest. It was her unyielding resolve. It was born from the hardship of the past.
You needn't rush to answer now. Keep it in mind as you continue your journey. When the final chapter is written, the answer will reveal itself. Farewell, my friend. Our paths crossed by fate and by chance.
किसका आइडिया था ये FPS बढ़ाने का? मार मार के तोड़ दूंगी उसको.
After this brief encounter, everything about me will be gone with the wind. But you, your epic continues.
नहीं यार, गलत टाइम पे रेंडर हो गया भाई. जिसने भी मुझे बोला है ना FPS बढ़ा दो, हाथ में आ जा तू भाई. एक बार FPS नहीं बढ़ा सकती मैं. 1 FPS पे चला जाएगा यार. स्क्रीनशॉट लेना था उस बंदे का.
Your Excellency, you have indulged her too much. As the priestess, you know, is far too unruly in both action and word. It's a disgrace to her title. Your Excellency, you have indulged her too much. As the priestess, you know, is far too unruly in both action and word. It's a disgrace to her title.
Indeed. She entered the palace unannounced, uninvited, and with no decorum. A blatant affront to the authority of the palace.
Same as always. Senators, all she crossed was a doorway. One too insignificant to carry the weight of our authority, or defend anyone's fragile pride. Let us not forget, it is not the walls of Capitolini Hill that command fear. It is my will, my sword, and our relentless conquest. I know your fear. You fear a priestess's voice drowning yours, and a rebel challenging the Senate's rules. But listen well. Power does not bow to sycophants, cowering behind their traditions. If you seek power, then step from the shadows. Face me, and prove yourself worthy.
Took you long enough, Augusta.
Handling the senators takes time. You know that. Well, to keep our esteemed priestess from waiting, maybe next time I'll just leave them to their own devices. I'll make sure they record every detail of your feat, and relay it word for word to Grandmother Lilibet. Priestess Iuno, unruly behavior, left Tetragon Temple without permission and trespassed into the Ephor's palace. Priestess Iuno, unruly behavior, left Tetragon Temple without permission and trespassed into the Ephor's palace. Priestess Iuno, unruly behavior, left Tetragon Temple without permission and trespassed into the Ephor's palace. Handling this... I wonder, who will lose it first? Lilibet or you?
Let those old foxes report me all they want. If they step into the tetragon left foot first, I'll shoot the left. Right foot first, I'll shoot the right.
Hey, I'm with you on that one. The Senate should be reminded now and then that the Tetragon's kindness is not a reason to take Priestess Iuno lightly. Why didn't you wait there? I had everything handled. We depart for the hunting ground tonight. If anything changed, you could have reached me by my terminal. You didn't need to come all the way here. I want you free of duty until that day arrives.
You're overthinking it, Augusta. I'm here to see that person. Grandmother Lilibet said her fate is one of unknowable void. Sounds intriguing enough to make time for.
So that's it? Too bad. The ship from Laguna won't dock until tomorrow morning, and we'll be gone by then.
Ugh, what a hassle.
Patience, you know. The warrior has accepted the invitation. So, you'll have plenty of time to meet during the hunt. Is there something else you want to say?
I read Grandma Lilibet's book of prophecies. The hunt and our plan, neither end well. Are you sure we should go through with this?
Risk does not trouble me. Peril simply requires greater strength. But really, when did you start caring about the temple's traditions?
O ye faithless of Septimont, the divinity is enraged. Should your ruler defy their will again, doom shall be your fate. Lately, I've been hearing murmurs from the nobles again, about the ancient prophecy from Raguna.
I will admit, those words once carried weight. But when our ancestors crossed the waters and climbed these hills, Raguna's divinity didn't get a seat on the ship. And the priestesses all said the prophecy was incomplete. Only the hero of heroes, wielding extraordinary power, risen from the dark tides, shall bring eternity to Septimont. Then shall the waters quiet, the tempest still, and glory return with the blood of the old king. Do not forget, this is the other half of the prophecy. Fabius, Attilius, Valeria, one after another, these heroes have saved Septimont from the brink of ruin. As long as a hero stands, no disaster can break this eternal city.
What if this time is different? What if ruin is our fate?
Then I will sever that fate with my blade.
What's so amusing?
So, the fearless priestess Iuno can be frightened after all. But it's fine. If you're afraid, don't push yourself. I can handle this alone. Most revered priestess, wait for me in the temple. I shall return victorious.
Frightened. Me? If anything, it's you, trying to shut me out and face it alone. Fine. Go ahead. You'll come back to me sooner or later.
That I can't deny.
I knew it. So you do need me for this hunt.
Thank you. You know.
Why are you saying this?
The storm is coming. Come, you know my friend. The best way to greet a storm is to walk straight into it.